know what I'm doing, guys. Hey everyone, it's Jaclyn and welcome back to Vidmas. So for today's video, I wanted to do a video kind of walking through my makeup essentials and kind of like giving you guys a guide if you're just getting into makeup, like what products I think are worth spending money on and just what products I think you should focus on if you are starting with like a completely empty collection. So I think we might as well hop on into it. Okay, so to start off with your base, I personally would not recommend everyone to go out to the store and buy a primer. I mean, I personally would rather see you go out and invest in really nice skincare versus spending a ton of money on like primers and setting sprays and all of those makeup primer kind of things. I mean, primers can be great, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't say they're an essential. The only time I would recommend a primer for someone just getting into makeup would be if you have very oily skin and makeup just slides off it, or if you have very acne prone, very porous or textured skin. So this one here is a pore minimizing primer from Smashbox. A bunch of other brands do kind of mattifying smoothing balms, so you can definitely look into that. But again, if you are just getting into makeup, I would say skip the primer and get a really nice moisturizer. Okay, next up for your actual coverage in your foundation base. I get questions all the time. Should I be buying one really full coverage foundation and then watering it down if I want less coverage? Should I be getting a tinted moisturizer and building it up? All these types of things. I personally would recommend investing in a nice medium coverage foundation because that way you have the option to kind of sheer it out with moisturizer or kind of stipple it over and build it up. So I have a couple different ones here. This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation. This is a bit better, I would say, if you are more to the normal to oily side of things. If you are a bit more on the dry side, I find it can cling to dry patches. And then this one here is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation. This one I find to be a little less coverage than the Ultra HD, but again, it's very buildable. I also really want to try out the Born This Way foundation from Too Faced. I've been hearing so many good things about that. But that one I hear is a bit better if you have more dry skin to normal. So worth checking out a really nice medium to buildable coverage foundation, like I said, because you have a bit more options to either sheer it out or build it up. So that's what I would recommend, especially if you can see yourself actually using like a full coverage layer of foundation from time to time. But if you know yourself and you know you're never gonna actually wear a layer of foundation, I would just recommend investing in like a BB cream or a tinted moisturizer. So I've got the Dermalogica Sheer Tint here in SPF 20. The Mercier tinted moisturizer is absolutely amazing as well. So, you know, just really take a look at what you're looking to get out of your makeup. I personally think that getting a medium coverage foundation is a bit more versatile, and you have a versatile. How do I say that word? Anyways, you guys know what I'm trying to say. So yeah, just really kind of take a look at what you're hoping to achieve with your makeup. So next up is concealer. Now I know a lot of people normally recommend getting a different under eye concealer to a spot concealer. I mean, I personally do use that normally on an everyday basis, but if you are kind of on a budget or just want to buy minimal products, you can definitely get away with just using one concealer. So I would recommend getting a concealer the same color as your skin tone. Don't worry about it being a bit lighter because it's easier to use the same color concealer on your spots as under your eyes versus using a lighter color under your eyes and then a lighter color on your spots, if that makes any sense. So this one I have here is the Born This Way Naturally Radiant Concealer. This is a really nice, buildable, but natural finish concealer. I also love the Nars Creamy Concealer. That one is a bit more full coverage, so it might not be as light under the eyes. But again, go to the stores, swatch around, but I would definitely just invest in one really good concealer. So next up, you're probably gonna wanna set everything in place with a powder. That is, unless you're extremely dry. But I still do normally recommend setting everything with like just a little bit of powder. So I've got the Makeup Forever HD Translucent Loose Powder here. Now I normally would recommend investing in one really nice no color translucent powder. That way it doesn't add any coverage and it really works on top of any foundation that you buy. Now I will warn you that this has pretty bad flashback, especially if you are like baking your face and really caking a layer of this on. But I mean, if you have like normal use and you're not being like flash photographed like 24/7, you probably will be fine. So yeah, I really like this one. I mean, you can get more of a pressed version. This is literally just the same product, just like pressed in a little compact. If you know yourself and you know that you want to do touch-ups throughout the day, this is normally a bit easier to travel with, but I find the loose powders a bit more versatile and again, easy to use. Am I saying that right? Versatile? Or is it versatile? Versatile. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. Next up is one of my favorite makeup products of all time, and that is bronzer. Now I personally would not recommend going crazy and buying like 20 different bronzers and 8 different contouring shades and doing all this crazy Kim K stuff when you're just starting out with makeup. I would just recommend getting one really nice bronzer. Whoa. Getting one really nice bronzer and you'll pretty much be good to go. So this one here is the Nars Laguna bronzer. This bronzer was actually the first bronzer that I ever purchased, so I do have a little bit of a sentimental attachment to my Nars Laguna, but this color is really gorgeous and I really love it. What's really great about getting like a powder bronzer like this is that it can also double as an eyeshadow, and I basically always use my bronzer as a transitional eyeshadow color in my crease as well. I just find it really flattering and it just kind of pulls the whole look together, so doubles up as an eyeshadow but also is a bronzer, so it's kind of like a two-in-one with this. Now following that same idea and kind of using a product for more than what it's intended for, I've got the Becca Champagne Pop. No, this is not Champagne Pop. This is Opal highlighter here. And this is just a gorgeous shimmery powder. So it's supposed to be used as like a highlighter for like your cheeks, your brow bone, like Cupid's bow, anything like that. I personally love using these as eyeshadows. The formula of these powders are just so creamy and buttery. So I definitely recommend investing in a really nice highlighter because you typically get a lot more product than you would if you were just buying like a single champagne colored eyeshadow. And again, you can use it on your face, on your eyes. It just covers everything. So definitely would recommend this. Next up, I have one of my go-to brow products. Oh, and I forgot to mention at the beginning of this video, all of the products that I'm talking about here are the products that I actually use on my face today. So I wanted to show you guys that it is possible to do a full face of makeup with only these products. And if you are on a budget, that you can really make everything work and get the most bang for your buck out of these products. Oh, I did cheat though. I did put a lip gloss on top. So other than that though, it's just these products here. But this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Powder Duo. What's really great about this is that you get 2 different powder colors in the pan. So you can obviously use them for like filling in your eyebrows. It's a really quick and easy way to do that. But you can also double it up as an eyeliner, which is what I did today. So I just take this product on like an angled, what's the word I'm looking for? Angled eyeshadow brush, that's the word. And I just kind of smudge it into my lash line on the outer corner. It just creates a bit of fullness and adds a bit more dimension and definition. So again, you can double up these matte shades as like a matte eyeshadow and use it as a liner or as like a crease color, anything like that. So I would definitely recommend going for a brow powder versus like a pomade or a brow pencil, just because I find, again, it is a bit more multi-purpose. So love that. Next up, I would definitely recommend getting a nice tube of mascara. Whatever kind you like will work. It kind of goes without saying, mascara obviously lifts up your eyes and really opens them up. And yeah, I would get a tube of mascara for sure. Don't skip out on that. Okay, and then last but not least, I would definitely recommend investing in a really wearable neutral lip color. Now whatever neutral means to you, but I would definitely invest in something that you can double up as a cream blush as well. So what I have here is the Charlotte Tilbury Beach Stick. Now this is actually intended to be a lip color and a cheek color, but basically any lipstick that you buy, you can just kind of warm it up in your fingers and apply it to your cheeks and use it as a blush. So I wouldn't recommend maybe getting a crazy dark, really intense orange red lipstick because it'll be a bit harder to wear as a blush. Unless you're into that type of color, you do you. But this one here is really pretty. It's just a really wearable kind of pink, and it looks good both on my cheeks and on my lips. So if you are only to buy one lip product, I would probably invest in something a bit more wearable. Okay, so that is it. That is everything that I would recommend, especially if you are just starting to build your makeup collection. So that's really what, only 8 or 9 products that you would need to do an entire full face of makeup. So if you are on a budget, or you're just gradually building your collection, or you just don't want to get carried away like me and have a million products, you really don't need to. You can definitely do an entire look with just those products. So yeah, I hope you guys found this video helpful. Let me know if you guys want me to continue this kind of like beginner series that I've been doing. I also did a video on beginner brushes, so if you want to check that out, I will link that up there, or up there. You guys will see. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye! Glasses, myself. That's all there is to it, I think. Okay guys, I'm waiting for my instructor to come for the driving test. Wish me luck. That's all I've got for you. Wish me luck.